We'll be giving a short description of January and the forthcoming events from the point of view of Vedic astrology. And I'm with Olga. She's an expert of Jyotish. So, are we looking at any dramatic changes in January? What's going to be?
So the first half of the January will be very similar to the end of December, and we will enter the new year with quite a difficult time of Mars going retrograde till the 12th of January, and Mercury going retrograde till January the 19th. And such a combination indicates that there may be many conflicts due to misunderstanding.
Does this misunderstanding and misinterpretation occur only in the spheres of personal relationships, or other areas will be also affected?
Oh, of course, the first half of the month is definitely not the best time for a confrontation, but this time is also not good for new beginnings in such spheres of life as education, traveling, changing a job, or maybe purchasing the real estate.
Any better in the second part of January?
Yeah, kind of. In the second half of the month, two very important astrological events will be taking place. The first one is Makara Sankranti. This holiday will celebrated on the 15th of January, and this is the day when the Surya enters the Makara Rasha, the sign of Capricorn. And it is on this day that the month of winter solstice ends and daylight grow again.
What's so special about this holiday, apart from the part where the daylight is growing, which is definitely a positive sign?
So the Makara sign is ruled by Shani, Saturn, who is the son of Surya, the sun. So we have Surya enters in the sign of his son. So the main idea of this holiday is that we have an opportunity to receive a blessing from one's ancestors. And so during Makara Sankranti, some special cleansing rituals are held. People cook special dishes and take ablutions in the waters of the holy Ganga River, and of course offering respectful prayers to their ancestors.
I'd like to make a brief comment on this one. Even if you don't know the rituals, if you don't live near Ganga River, if you don't know the prayers, you don't know how to cook the right food or what the right food is, nevertheless, you can get benefits from this date, especially if you are interested in getting more aware in meditation practices and such. The first step here is to stay away from the negativism. So try to focus in your mind that you don't go into any negative discussion, criticism, physical quarrels with your parents, actual quarrels with your parents. You criticize them with third persons, and also you don't criticize not just the actual parents that you have, the grandparents that you know, but as well your ancestors as your country, which is also impersonated in your ancestors. That is the first step that will help you save the energy for the next step. That is trying to be constructive in your mind, trying to be more positive, and that is pay more attention to your parents. By that, I do not mean any kinds of expensive presents or showing off, showing your parents that you are better off than they used to be in your age. Nothing of the kind. Also, don't try to please them to be the best child, the best kid they can possibly have. Also, this is not your job. Your job is simply to be yourself under any circumstances. So just be respectful, spend some quality time with them, don't contradict, don't start a quarrel. That is the best way to spend the day and to get the real benefit from it. Probably you will feel it even from the first experience. Usually it happens that way. So if you would like to comment on this and to share your experience, you're most likely to leave your comment under this video. So back to difficult relations, father and son difficult relations. We have an archetype relation of that between father and son. That is Surya and Shanidev. Is it getting any better for Shanidev this month? Is he giving us hard time again?
Well, about Shani, another important astrological event we have this month is the change of the sign by Saturn, the Shani. And for the next 2 years, Shani will be residing in Aquarius, and it will be from the 17th of January. And if Saturn's station in Capricorn is always associated with hard work, sense of duty, and responsibility, Saturn's station in Aquarius brings out liberation as a main theme.
By liberation, you mean the personal freedom, like a freedom of choice, or it's more about the social issues like freedom, civil rights, social injustice, or getting more justice for some unprivileged social groups? Which one?
Actually, this change will be more dramatic because it will affect all the aspects you've mentioned, and it can bring inspiration and increase the power of creativity, as well as encourage the fulfillment of the projects related to scientific and maybe technological progress, or initiate fresh start. But at the same time, Saturn in Aquarius can cause some political restrictions and fluctuations as well. So we will have this freedom theme all the time.
So you've mentioned creativity, and the second one was fulfillment. Yes. At least in terms of tasks, this is quite obvious, quite on the surface. So if we are creative, we have to learn how not to leave this plan halfway. Yeah, really get to the end of it. If this is about fulfillment, here's the second obstacle: is if we are achievers, we are very easily attached to the result. We start to think too high of ourselves. Our ego is growing, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So at least in terms of tasks, what we have to do, what we have to learn, it's obvious, it's on the surface. What about the freedom? What kind of lesson are we supposed to learn here?
In general, this transit will be a lesson of getting a correct perspective of what freedom is. That is, freedom is not about feeling at liberty to act as one wants, but freedom is more about getting easily adjusted to new circumstances and not getting too attached. And this is an important transit for each of us because it encourages us to figure out whether we executing our right of freedom in spheres of light that Aquarius controls.
Okay, we'll see how it's going to work out for us. Thank you very much for sharing this information. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment, share your experience of how you have survived this January in terms of your relationship with Shanidev, Mercury going retro, and other kind of stuff that you go through in your life. Thank you, Olga.
And thank you, everybody. Yeah. Goodbye.